Hello.
Hello, we're here.
Live video is starting, it says.
Okay. So, I guess that means
And now it says you're now live.
So,
Facebook is listening to us, and now they're actually like putting a big thing that says you're now live because apparently
we don't know when we're live. We don't know most of the time anyway.
Yeah.
So, it's alive with Steph and Eileen. Yay!
Okay. So now we're going to figure out comments. No, I don't want to leave page.
Off to Meg.
Why would we want to do that?
Where are we? Come on. Let me start.
How is everybody
Actually,
this evening?
Okay, we're good.
So if you guys are, we got 6 people already. That is
Yay,
so
team.
cool. So if you guys noticed, our question of the week, and welcome back because we took a sabbatical last week. So welcome back. We missed y'all. But our question of the week is, do you snack while sewing?
Sewing. While snowing. I don't know if you snack while snowing, but sewing.
Do you snack while sewing? And if so, what do you like to snack on? That is the question. Actually, it's 2 questions. It's a 2-part question.
Yes.
Yes, I do.
Whatever's available.
It's a bit like the Gavin Newsom recall. Recall, yes, no, and who would you like to vote for?
Yes. Yeah.
But better, because, it's about food.
How many write-ins can we do?
How many write-ins can we do? Vote for me!
Anyway.
So I hope you guys are having a fantastic Thursday. It is gorgeous outside, and I don't know if you can hear Steph. Come my way. Come my way. I don't know if you could tell, but out our little red, white, and blue quilt that we have up there earlier, it was with the tree in the background. It was really cool.
It was cool. So you might notice that if it starts getting a little windy again.
Yeah, it was kind of psychedelic.
If you guys ever need entertainment, sit out here right about 6 o'clock when it's really windy and watch me try to take the flag in. I was like wrestling with it.
It's pretty funny.
Hours of entertainment. Morning and evening happens twice a
Morning
day.
and Steph has her glasses back.
Yay!
Well,
I
new
can
ones.
see.
So she can see now, and she looks beautiful in her glasses.
Well, and thanks to, and it wasn't even so much, it was Chrissy, obviously, but it was Denise and Emily that did a great job helping me trying to get these taken care of very quickly. So, much appreciated. Trust me. It's amazing how much you appreciate being able to see when you can't for a week.
You can't see. I'm going to make sure.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, yeah, that's up all the way. Okay, guys, so we're going to get into our announcements. I think we've got 15 people on. Right on.
Yay!
You guys are so awesome. I love this.
Yay, team.
I love this. Do we have any answers to our if you sew?
Let's see here. Candy corn and dried peanuts.
Candy corn and dried peanuts. Ooh.
And
like together or or like either or?
Well, together. That's like the big Halloween treat where sometimes you throw M&Ms in with it.
Is this a Midwest thing? Is
That's
this a
where
Midwest thing?
I would say yes.
Okay.
You know, maybe it's sort of like Snickers salad. It never has been a salad until I moved back here, and it was like, oh, really? Snickers is a salad. I love this place.
So wrong. So wrong.
Pat likes to have, depends on the number of her carbs. She would do cheese and crackers or anything that's 15 carbs. And Kurt loves Cheetos.
Okay.
So,
problem with that would be what, folks? So, solution.
Use orange fabric.
Or solution, eat your Cheetos with chopsticks.
I would squish them.
Kurt, can you use chopsticks?
I think they would be squished. I think I would be like licking Cheeto dust. Because that would not be good. Oh, dry roasted peanuts.
Okay, so we have multiple calls for peanuts. Yeah. All right.
And that might have been Sarah both times she went. She was saying with dry roasted peanuts.
Oh, gotcha.
Yes, eat them together.
Okay.
And sometimes, like I said, some people will add M&Ms into that mix. And then it's just like...
It's like Crunch Munch.
And it's a great sugar high, let me tell you.
We'll get some real sewing done fast. Real fast sewing.
Kurt said no on the chopsticks.
No, I know you can't. You've tried, and you can't. So, okay. What else we got? So, upcoming events, shows that are happening. We do have our Sac County Quilt Fair coming up next weekend, September 25th and 26th. Both days, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. And Iowa Falls is going to be there. The lovely Denise, if you guys have seen her, know her, she's going to be there, and she's just going to be amazing. So if you want to catch her, I will be there as well with her. So the Sac County Quilt Affair, again, that is going to be the 25th and the 26th, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. So go check that out. Grab your quilting gang. A little road trip.
Exactly. A little road trip's always a good thing.
It should be fun. And then,
but the we do have one that was canceled though, so we want to make sure that
it's canceled. I'm so sad. It is the Quilting with Friends show from the Lake Area Quilters Guild. It was October 9th and 10th, so my birthday weekend. Unfortunately, that would have been a lot of fun. So, guys, this one has been canceled. So I think they're going to be doing it again. I think in the spring. I think they do it in the spring. This was just some like a catch up from COVID last year, but they decided to cancel. And so look for more information 6 months from now.
About
roughly.
Also, Marlene just threw a note in. Marlene Armbrecht said that the Ryman Garden Quilt Show is starting tomorrow.
Yes.
And that goes all the way through Sunday. So,
and we are providing one of the prizes for that. So, and I believe it's a gift certificate.
So you never know what you might be able to come here with.
So check out the Ryman Gardens, and it's I'm assuming there's going to be beautiful quilts on display, and it's just a
and you still have butterflies.
Anyway.
Yeah. So that's always a good thing.
That should be fun.
Yeah.
So check that out. What else do we have for classes? So we did a class. Steph did a class. Was it last Friday?
Yeah, it was last Friday.
Last Friday. And it was a fun class. We've learned that it needs to be a 2-part or a longer day class. So that's kind of the fun thing about when we're throwing out classes. We get to learn and we get to figure things out, better ways to do it. So
luckily we had a very good group of people who were highly tolerant.
We had our peeps.
And some people willing to stay until 10:30 to finish.
Really? I had to leave, and
that was Carrie. Carrie and I stayed till 10:30.
Oh, Miss Carrie. Are you even on, Carrie? You should be on if you're not, but that's okay if you're not. So, anyways, so you guys, we're going to be offering this class again. Again, the way we're doing classes right now is we're going to present to you what classes we have available to do. You guys tell us if you want to do it, and then we will connect with you, figure out what time works best for us, for you, and
schedule it.
So we're going to kind of build the class around you guys and us, of course. So we have a tote bag.
So we can do that class again. And like I said, it depends on the day. If we did it like on a Wednesday during the day, I might make it a 2-part class for 2 weeks. If we decided we wanted to do an early day and just plow all the way through, that would be a possibility too. So we'll just have to figure out what works for everybody.
Or we could just do a sleepover.
We almost did.
We'll just do a sleepover. I've slept over.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Not comfortably, but it is possible.
It is possible. And then we have, let's grab the flag. We have our America the Beautiful class, and I think we have enough people that we could fill this class up right now. So we might start reaching out to folks. So this is our America the Beautiful class. This is what we teach you guys how to make this gorgeous quilt. And again, this could be a wall hanging, or you could build it out with some borders or whatever you want to do.
Or build it much bigger.
Yeah.
You can make it.
Yeah, you can build it out with borders.
Do the true 13 stripes and
exactly.
I don't know how many stars you'd end up with, but
so we teach you the basics of how to use the 2 separate tools to make this guy. It's a really fun, and it's a lot easier than it looks. So that's another class of America the Beautiful. So you guys, you can either pop in there and say, hey, I want to do America the Beautiful, or whatever, or private message us or call us or come on in even. So this is noggin. So this is noggin, and if you can't tell, I used 2-line fabric for the nose. I should have went darker on the nose so you could see his little nose a little easier.
So maybe we should hold it closer.
Yeah, but this is a little nose.
He has a nose.
And I like to call this pictorial log cabin quilts. So we can also do an owl. We can do a penguin. So this is a super fun and actually very easy quilt. This is another class that we can do. So let us know if you're interested. the class itself is only probably about 2 or 3 hours. You could, if we want to, you can stay to get as many of these cut out and done and sewed. But really, we're just learning the techniques of doing it, because once you start, it's kind of addicting. So, and then...
Well, we talked about those, but one thing I haven't even had a chance to chat with you about is we've had a lot of interest in the Quilting 101 class.
Quilting 101.
So that would be another one that's always popular.
So that's a 6-week class. So, and that I like to generally do on a Friday night, because Friday nights are fun.
Well, it's a good way to end the week. It's sort of a good relax.
Good way to relax and learn how to quilt. So you guys let us know if you guys want to do a Quilting 101 class, and we will put that together. Also, we could do a finishing class where we learn how to finish up our quilts, actually quilt them using our domestic sewing machine, and then binding them, because sometimes those two things are one of the things, like, people are like, oh, so intimidated by all that, especially the binding. So we have that, we can do that as well. That's a 2-part class, so it's not quite as intensive time-wise as our Quilting 101. And then I'm going to throw this out there. Do we want to show them that or this?
You can show them that.
Okay. Y'all know how I love my decoupage. Now I'm going to throw in my southern drawl.
Southern
that
decoupage.
I have no
She's
right to have.
Southern Washington.
I'm Southwest Washington, people. Don't know if you heard that. Southwest Washington. Okay, so this, lovely, that is decoupage fabric on a coffee table that is from my husband's grandmother, that he and I just took some spray paint and we spray painted. And if we wanted to get really cool with it, we can take some sandpaper and go in there and kind of rough it up a little bit to give it that, oh, what do you call that look? I don't know. Rustic, or y'all know what I'm talking about. But anyways, so I just took and we decided on this fabric, my husband and I.
Got that?
Yeah, I got it. And I just rough cut it, and then I used my rotary cutter actually, and my 24-inch, an old 24-inch ruler, not my good Quilter Select one, but my old 24-inch one. And I had glued it down first. I just glued it underneath. And then I rotary cut this thing out. Hey, Jerry Greenfield. Hi, y'all. Love that. So, anyways, super easy. So, if y'all want to take a class on decoupage, let's do it. Let me know, and we will make that happen, because I am so in love with decoupage. It's ridiculous.
And I mean, you can choose whatever fabric. It does not matter. And we actually had someone in here the other day who was talking about the fact that she has a little table that she was thinking, oh, I think that may be what I need to do.
Awesome. So in like our family room is kind of a French country, kind of more black and white French. Our couches are kind of a taupey gray color. So with this print on the Tim Holtz fabric, it works so well with that French kind of look. It just works well. I mean, I've got like pictures of the Eiffel Tower in there. It's perfect. So,
Okay.
Decoupage class. Decoupage class.
Any number of possibilities. If you guys know of something else and you think we may have a class on it, or you want us to look into a class on it, I am working on a One Block Wonder class. Not there yet. We're working on it, I promise. There are a few others that we're... It's just a lot longer than I thought it was going to be to get it prepped, so we're there. It's just... So, I promise we're there.
We're getting there.
Okay. Don't forget there is a Junk Jaunt coming up.
Oh, yes, Junk Jaunt.
That's on September 24th through the 26th.
I will post a link to that. I'll also be posting a link to something else I promised the last time, but I don't think I did. I can't remember if I did, so I'm going to just do it again this time, and we'll talk about that later. But I will post a link to the Junk Jaunt. The map is on there. We have several of our shops here in Story City.
Mm-hmm.
We have, I think, 10 Chandelier.
Uh-huh.
We have
Penn Station,
Simply
Antiques.
May's Boutique,
and the Antique Mall.
Kara. Yeah, the Antique Mall, and then yes. So beyond Urban Studios,
Heirlooms?
Urban Heirloom Studios.
Heirlooms.
Yeah, sorry. There's a lot of places in Story City. They're wonderful, and y'all should come and visit. So
It's worth the trip.
worth a trip, absolutely.
And then of course there's always us.
And
We
then
may
you
not
can
be
see
on
us.
the Junk Jaunt, but we're always here.
Come see our junk.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
Anyway.
And then to that, we actually, the shops, retail shops in Story City, we have opened up, or we've created a Facebook page called Shop Story City, Iowa. So that's where you're going to see promotions that we're doing, if we're going to do like a fall fling or a spring fling or anything that's going to happen here amongst us retailers here in Story City. That's information that you'll find all of that on, and it should be fabulous. I just made it public today.
So it's brand new.
It's brand new, and it's a little vanilla right now, but it'll get there. So
Be patient. Just like our store, our shop. We were a little at the beginning, but
Huh.
eventually we get there. We got lots of color.
I was going to say, how many of you remember when we first opened and we had nothing? And literally, like, you could see people walk in and go, oh, this is nice.
They still have plastic on their bolts of fabric, and Tori was madly trying to rip it all off.
We're brand new, leave us alone.
We're getting, I mean, we're almost 3.
I know. We're
Oh.
Oh, thank
Oh.
you.
Yay, I did something and I didn't mean to.
That reminds me. So we're having an anniversary coming up in November, right? Right.
Yeah.
Okay. If you guys have been around since the beginning, what have we always done the month prior to our anniversary? Steph?
Well, we usually have some time of drawing.
What do we always collect?
We always collect scarves.
We always collect scarves. So we do the Operation Gratitude, and we create or we collect scarves that are handmade along with distressed. Sorry, Jerry just said distressed.
Oh.
That's the word. Okay, sorry.
Okay, we're a little delayed, but that's okay. We get there. Okay.
So anyways, we always collect handmade scarves with a handwritten note in there, and those get sent off to Operation Gratitude to then be distributed to soldiers overseas. So they can go to the soldiers in South Korea. Obviously, there's none in Afghanistan anymore, but there's still
There are plenty out there.
plenty of other places that they can go to. So, starting October 1st, and actually if you want to start giving them to us now, we'll take them, but start making your handmade scarves. They can be knitted, they can be crocheted. I think we can even take like
Could we take the flannel?
we can take
ones?
flannel scarves. No bright colors. They want just subdued colors.
They prefer more of the neutrals. But
Right.
didn't you say they could also do red, white, and blue?
Red, white, and blue is good. But just remember, these scarves are probably maybe going to be worn on duty. So just think of it in terms like that. So no bright pinks and bright blues and, things that would draw attention to somebody unnecessarily. Just a regular adult-sized scarf. There's no pattern that's required. I will throw a link out to their website. So if you guys want a pattern, they do have them out there. Let me write that down so I don't forget. And as a matter of fact, on our website, under our charity section, you can actually see their website, and you can hit that link too. So.
And we do have a scarf, the flannel scarf.
Yes.
For every 2 yards of fabric, you can get 4 scarves.
Yes.
So quick, and that was one of our very first activities,
That
speaking
was.
back to the early days.
Yeah.
That was one of our very first things that we ever had a class for.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
So.
Very simple, very easy, and a great opportunity to just kind of say thank you for those that risk their lives for us every day.
Can they be minky?
I don't think so.
I think it's just the
The
3.
flannel is about as
Fabric-y.
fabric-y as we can go. So I want to say fleece might be pushing it, but minky, I wouldn't think so. So,
Okay, that makes sense.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I almost forgot about that. Like all week long, I've been thinking, oh this, and remember to do this, and I completely forgot until you said our anniversary.
It's just like, oh yeah,
'Cause-
that's right, okay.
Because that's our anniversary thing. So,
It is, yeah.
okay. What
Okay,
else we
so
got?
the next thing we got, what's your favorite thing today?
I don't know. No, I want you to go first. I like it when you go first. Because you've always got great favorite things.
Okay, so we
Steph,
got,
what's your favorite thing?
my favorite thing is, we got this little panel in, and it is Noah.
Oh, Noah.
And it's so bright and colorful, and, they're just, don't want to Okay, so that's the.
So this
I'm not going to read you the whole book, but this is a book that you could put together, and I got it cut out. I was just having so much fun
we
looking
literally
at all the colors.
just got this not that long ago.
It's just been a couple of days. So there's just all kinds of wonderful colors with it, and it's not a difficult book. There's no attachments to it. It's just a good soft book that everybody can have. So I mean, if you're looking for a quick activity or something for Christmas, or just want to get a new baby or whatever, these are great for 1, 2, 0, 1, 2. I mean, it's not going to hurt anything.
42-year-olds.
42-year-olds who just need a really soft book.
To slap people.
That works too. Just keep it soft.
And if you didn't want to make a book, what could you do? You
can also make a quilt out of it. And the one that we talked about a couple weeks ago was Block Talk, and that makes a fabulous one.
Yeah.
You can just outline each one, and bam, you got another quilt.
And the use of color with that.
Yeah, lots of options. Mm-hmm. Lots of options. So anyway, great. That's a great one, and I don't even remember how much that one was. Was it like $14?
Something like that.
It was in that $14 range, I think.
Yeah.
But it was a really good one. So anyway, I liked it. It's lots of colorful, and I like colorful. So now, what's your favorite thing?
My favorite thing. So do you guys remember Steph had her Choco Line favorite thing? I feel like Choco Line favorite thing. Okay. So we had a customer come in, Miss Betty, and she says, "Oh, I like that. Can you order more? Because you were going to be using all the ones we had left for the bag class." And I said, "Well, these are dedicated for the bag class, which was that night." And so I said, "I'll look to see if I can order more." She's like, "Can you get different colors?" And I'm like, "I don't know." So I checked. But when I checked, I came across. So yes, the answer is yes, I can get different colors.
There's pink?
There's pink and blue and yellow and white. Yes, pink, blue, yellow, and white. But what I came across are the same thing. It's the same thing, but it's in like a pen fashion. So this is what it looks like. And you just take the cap off.
Still has the same little dial in there.
Yeah. Can you see that? So it's.
I don't think they can.
Can you hear that? You hear that? It's kind of like that marking tool that you use when you're doing fabrics and things like that. Yeah. And like Steph said, what does this remind you of?
It reminds me of when they do the lines on the softball field. I think that's part of the reason I like it so much.
So cool.
Because it just, it's like it's nice little lines are going out there. And
so this is made by Clover, and it is a tapered point for easy marking, Choco Liner pen style. And they came in, and we started playing with them, and they're really cool. And you guys, you can get refills for them, which I don't have out. We did order the refills.
We have the refills in.
But basically, you just take this bottom section off, and that's the refill. The refill comes in, and you just plug it back in, and you're good to go. So very cool. It marks so well. It is so fun to play with.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I look for excuses to, like, I'm just going to
draw lines on a
whoop, and it's gone.
And it's gone. So
y'all didn't see that, but I did. So
I can verify it, but
believe me. So this is my favorite thing, and it's just really cool.
And we do have both the yellow and the white in stock. If you have a desperate need for either the blue or the pink, let us know. Eileen may be able to get those in.
I can get those in. I just didn't want to order them.
We didn't know how many to get.
And if it kind of clumps up, they said you can just shake it like a Polaroid picture. I'm like shouting out all the songs today.
Oh my gosh, let's go. Oh, we're on retro
Poor
mode.
Steph. I'm just like all throwing out like movie quotes, and she's looking at me like, oh my gosh, shut up.
Well, I mean, I'm not really shut up, but it's like you're making my brain hurt is actually what you're doing. So, let's go on to the next thing.
What's our next thing?
What's
our new stuff?
We got new Bella Rosas.
Okay. Here's the catch with this. Since we had a week off, we can't really remember if we showed these to you guys or not. Yes, could we go back and watch it?
But did we?
No. So just in case we don't want you guys to miss out, we wanted to show it to you again.
We can't remember if it was the two of us discussing it or if it was all of us discussing it.
Okay, so my question is have you guys ever texted somebody and got distracted, put your phone down, think you sent that text, waiting for their reply, they come, like, if it's your husband, and you're like, you never responded to my, like, what do you want for dinner tonight? And then, well, you never texted me. You go and you're like, oh, I never hit send.
I did. I know I texted you. You look it up and you're like, oh, see, I thought I texted
or
you.
Or even worse, you thought about texting them.
And you never got the typing done. Let's just point out all the things that I do right now, okay?
I do that too. Okay.
Okay.
So this is our moment of, did we show you? Did we not? We don't know, but here you go again.
So we'll make it quick, just in case we did. So we've got quartz.
And that's using 2.5-inch strips.
Yep. You get the medium and the dark and the light and all that. And we have mud tiles.
That's using 5-inch charm squares.
We have something called First Night.
Using a layer cake or 10-inch squares.
Okay. Garden Villa.
This one is using background ombre. So if you've got some ombre fabrics that you have no clue what to do with, this is a great ombre fabric pattern to use.
We were discussing that one. That's what made us think that we
do remember that.
Then we have Kit and Caboodle.
And this is using yardage and fat quarters for this guy.
So who knows what you might need with that for whatever you've
That's
got
the
around.
miscellaneous category.
And this, sorry.
No, you're fine. I'm trying to read it.
Okay.
This is using a lot of stuff. It's using a layer cake.
Anyway, that was just a quick version. If you want to see these more, we're gonna have them in the Villa Rosa.
Yeah, so those are new to us. They literally just came in not that long ago. But again, we can't recall. So did anybody make a comment wondering about any of those that we need to back up? We'll pause for a moment so we can read our comments.
Kurt said that the Garden Villa looks cool, but he didn't make a comment about hearing about which one. Nobody really said that we had told them already. So
yeah, the Garden Villa. That's the one you can use with your ombres. And a lot of times, like, you see an ombre and you're like, I don't know what to do with it. That's a great one.
No, Denise, we've not been drinking. She would have. Okay, I've not been drinking. Unfortunately, this is natural.
No, we haven't been drinking. Denise,
what
do you think we are?
Anyway.
So we do have some new stuff. And we want to start off, we'll save that for last.
This one, yeah.
Okay, maybe we should put those down on the floor.
Yeah, okay. Very well.
I'll hold this.
Okay,
so we got in some...
Okay, you're going on the floor too.
We got in some winter fabrics, and this is our polar bear and penguin line that just came in, and it's super cute. It's like them out on the slopes. I think some of them are skiing. There's like a little village there. Super duper cute, really cool colors, greens and blues, very beautiful. And these coordinates to go with it is a gorgeous, like, kind of a teal. This is kind of almost a snowflake pattern. If you guys look at it, it's kind of an abstract. It's really kind of a cool.
And this is the lighter version of that same thing.
Yeah, so we've got, and it's actually got some darker splotches in there. Oh, that was weird. So these are just beautiful, beautiful prints. And I really dig this one. This is kind of a light lavender. It does not show up as pinky purple on the computer as it is in person. So just another great reason for you guys to come and check it out. Actually, this one has got to be my favorite.
That's one of my favorites, yeah.
It is a deep purpley blue color. It is like a plaid. That is, I love this one.
I love that one too.
Maybe that's a personal stash one. Sorry, people.
You don't get it. This one, we're going to use it.
And then if you love penguins, we have one that's got tossed penguins with that kind of a greeny turquoisey color. Almost like a spearmint. Is that right?
Yeah, I would say spearmint. That would be a spearmint. More than a winter green.
More than a winter green. And then...
Dun, dun, dun!
I cannot believe that we finally can say that we have this in our shop. And the shop at Iowa Falls, they used to carry this. And now we can carry it too. Other stores can carry it too. But now we can carry it too. And it is You and I fabric. Da, 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 da. We have 2 bolts of You and I fabric in stock. First come, first served. Everybody come in and get your You and I fabric. It's really cool. It's actually very pretty.
It's a very nice, it's a lovely purple.
It is very, very pretty. Colors are my high school colors, so that's the only thing that works for that. So.
We're Viking colors. But anyway,
Viking.
we're pretty excited that we have
You and I fabrics.
We've been wanting that since the beginning.
Yeah.
And
we're excited.
Now we have a reason to get it.
Now we have a reason to get it. And we got it, so we have it in stock. Again, it's not in the system yet, but we will get it in there, and we'll be throwing it on our Facebook shop, so you guys will see it there too.
So you'll have access there too.
Yes. So what else do we have? Well, those patterns we decided we didn't.
We already showed them.
Yeah.
Those.
Yeah.
So I think we're good.
I think we're caught up right now with the things that we remember that we think we didn't show you, so we showed you. So there we are.
Okay. Okay. Just getting some highs.
Oh. Y'all are saying hi in there.
Yep.
Oh, you guys
We're
are
getting
so
high.
cute. And guys,
I love the penguins.
don't forget to put down if you like to snack while you sew.
Of course we do.
And what do you like to snack on while you sew? So, put that down in the comments.
Okay.
Because we want to know. Because we want to know what we should be snacking on while we're sewing.
So, I'm going to go on to my project.
Okay.
So you guys remember Eileen's project from last week, right? Where she decoupaged onto canvas. That cute little guy. Well, from the same line, I made some placemats. So, what I did was, I have everything piled up here, so I'm going to try and.
Oh, do you want me to knock this down?
Yeah, it's going to.
Let's move this stuff out of the way.
That down. It's our panel number 8, and this guy is 1050. So this is what we're using.
Tell me when to stop.
Okay. That would be good. Yep. Okay. So anyway, what we are making, I'm going to show you the final project so you know how to pay attention. So quick and easy placemats, not difficult at all, because this is the panel right here. You add 2 pieces and a back. So not one of my more challenging projects, but still done. And the fact that it gets finished is always a good thing. So what you need is, you need your piece of panel. Now this panel comes with 8 piece of panel. Anyway, this one comes, I think, with 8 different designs. So you can do decoupage, you can do this. What I do with these is I cut around them, I cut a 1/4 inch off of each side. I already did the other 2 sides. I wasn't sure how well this would work on here. And then I cut here.
So you're trimming it down to a 1/4 inch from the
from the outside, what you actually want to show you. You're just basically allowing
creating a seam allowance.
The seam allowance, yes, exactly. So once you have that, then you want to choose your companion fabric. Well, this is, I decided that since this is green, okay, so this is the total panel, it's trimmed up. Since this part is green out here, I decided to do the companion fabric with the white with the green dots. So what I do is to just measure it. Now you have to, one of the things, as Cooper, my nephew, found out with the All Iowa Shop Hop panels, not everything is completely square. So give yourself a little leeway because it can be very frustrating otherwise. But now the way I cut this is I want this part just a little bit longer, just because I figure I can trim it later on. So I just lay it over the top and I just make sure that I'm trimming just a little bit extra here. So when I sew it, I've got plenty.
And look at her showing off her ambidextrousness here, guys.
Ambidextrousness?
It's a word.
Okay.
I just invented it.
So anyway, so now you've got pieces that are long enough. Really, these pieces are 4.5 by, well, what I did was 4.5 by 13. I'm looking for a placemat that is approximately 13 by 18.5, and then I'm going to sew it down so it'll end up being 12.5 by 18. it does not matter. Honestly, make it whatever size works for your panel. But these happen to be 13, and I didn't want to add stuff on the sides. So it's quite that simple. So obviously, fronts together. And what I did when I sewed mine was I sewed from the back sides because I wanted to be able to see where my border was, and I tried to keep it as even as possible. So that way I could make sure that I was sewing right on that line. But anyway, sew those two sides on. When you do that, your panel changes and you have a different piece. So this is what it looks like when you have your two sides sewn on. So really, it is that simple. You just sew straight lines. I did press them open. The reason I did that was because it made it flatter. And let's face it, when you have your glass sitting on there, the last thing you want it to do is wobble. Because
weebles wobble, but these fall down.
These would fall down, yes. This would not be a good thing. So anyway, so once and I did the ironing ahead of time. Now some people, which I probably would in this case, wash your fabric, because chances are good somebody's going to get something on it and you're going to have to wash it anyway. The stabilizer I used is machine washable, but this could shrink. So if you shrink it before you put it on, that probably would be a better idea.
Wash before you cut.
Wash before you cut.
Okay.
So you may end up with a slightly smaller thing or smaller placemat, but it will not shrink again later on. So that's not me, because let's face it, we don't have a washing machine here, and I'm doing it here. So that's the basics there. So once you have this piece, then you decide what your back will be. And I like this fabric. It's from the same line, so they are all matchy. And so what I did was I cut this piece to match this piece here. So, and before you sew, one thing I would do, I always forget this part, is you want to trim.
Because remember, Steph said that she cut these a little bit longer, these side panels a little bit longer. So now she's going to trim them down to the panel piece that she cut. And of course, she's going to be all ambidextrous-like.
Of course, I don't have quite long enough thing here, so I'm going to have to readjust. But
which, speaking of mats, you guys, if you've noticed, we haven't been able to get the Quilter Select mats in, and that's because they have been on long-term back order. I've heard from Quilter Select that they're supposed to be coming in stock to them in October. So hopefully in October, you are going to see, or we are going to be seeing some Quilter Select mats, because we desperately need them. Desperately.
Desperately.
It's amazing how spoiled you get when you get the good stuff and then it's taken away from you.
Yeah, we get rather whiny is what we get. Okay, so once you have it all trimmed up, then you use this as your template for the back. That way you are making sure that your back is as big as your front. Because sometimes, things get off. We're not going to go into that. Anyway, so once you have that, what you want to do is you lay this one out like this. Sorry, I want to make sure that it's viewable there.
So you lay the top face up.
Top face up. Then you lay the bottom,
the
backing face down.
Face down, so right sides together.
And because there's more than two pieces, I actually use clips. So you get those guys lined up. And once they're lined up, then you take your stabilizer. Now I am using the 40 weight stabilizer, it's sew-in.
From Pellon.
From Pellon. You can, we have a decor fusible one. I'm just not sure about how that would work, especially with the shrinkage and all that kind of stuff. So what I did was I actually cut mine a 1/4 inch shorter and a 1/4 inch thinner than what the other pieces were, just so there wasn't as much bulk when you would turn it. So that was my main concern there.
And this stabilizer is only like $2.25 a yard, so you can get quite a bit and
Yeah.
do a lot of these.
So it's not a problem at all. So anyway, once you get this guy on here, then well, I'm only doing 4 right now just to make it quicker, but I would put some clips together to hold it all together because, you know, once you get more than 2 pieces, it's just easier to have it all connected. Then you sew around the whole thing, leaving a turning area. Now, I like to leave it at the bottom. If you like to leave it somewhere else, that's fine. But you do, I would say at least a 3-inch turning area, just because,
of the stiffness of that.
yeah,
Okay.
it just gets really stiff otherwise. But you'll go back and you'll top stitch over it. So once you have it like this, then you do a ta-da and ta-da.
It's all sewn
So
together.
it's all sewn together. So then you, one of the things I do like to do is trim the corners. So you can trim those guys, just don't go into the sewing area, but that just allows a little bit less for, to be,
Less
make it
bulk
easy,
in
yeah,
that.
less bulk in that
And
corner.
you guys, when you're turning this, as you're cutting this, you're trimming that so that way you have less bulk in there. Then once you turn it, it's a great opportunity to use your purple fang to get those points really nice and crisp.
Yes. But the thing is, you don't want to go too far in or you don't hit your sewing. You miss your sewing area. I'm sorry. When you're sewing, you don't want to have this part too thin or you don't sew it so it's not in place. So do make sure that when you're doing it, you're not trimming it too thin. So then you start turning it inside out.
Do you have your purple fang?
My purple thing is right in there, but you don't need it right away.
Again, whoever named that gadget
It was right.
was amazingly awesome because who doesn't love to say purple fang?
But this is probably one of the hardest parts is turning it inside out. Or at least most time consuming.
Purple fang.
Purple thing. But you can also use, you know, like a stiletto. I've had, you know, we've even used like the
Y'all,
seam ripper with the lid on.
you can use chopsticks too.
There's a lot of options.
Just don't poke it all the way through.
That does not work well.
No.
That's a good reason not to use your seam ripper in the. So
Otherwise, you're going to have to re-sew. You're going to have to turn it back and re-sew.
I have done that before. The things you learn. Okay. So this one that I actually did here, I actually used the decor fabric, or as we called it in the bag class, the crunchy fabric.
That was funny. They're like,
Because-
we got the country fabric. I'm like, who called it that? That's genius.
Not country, crunchy.
No, I said crunchy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's genius. Crunchy.
It's a crunchy fabric.
It's
So,
kind of crunchy.
but it works too. I just figured I had it, so that's why I did it rather than the other. But I thought it's not going to be a bad thing. So anyway, once you get it inside out, you go back and you take your purple thing.
And here's another thought to you guys. If you wanted to, you actually could, you know, do a traditional quilting style on here and put binding on it if you wanted to
Oh,
give
yeah.
that extra, like a different color or print or something that's on the diagonal, some stripes on the diagonal would be fun. So you certainly could do that too. But this way is fast and easy, and you can get a whole set of them done for your kitchen table.
Well, and the thing is, you know, we showed the little kid napkins, so this way the adults can have some fun napkins or or you could get napkins to go with.
I was gonna say,
Here.
you've got your napkins. You can use the green fabrics for your napkins. You can have this, and then you can have your wall hanging. You know, you
You got your whole theme.
you could even do your tabletop in something that matches, because that decoupage you can peel right off after you're done with the holidays if you so choose. Put something else down.
Switch to your what? Valentine's Day or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then once you've got it all inside, you know, all right side out. Okay, so obviously this is going to involve some ironing again. There's been a lot of ironing involved here. Then you just top stitch around it, and you go.
How far in would you top stitch?
I usually go about 1/8 of an inch.
And would you lengthen your stitch just to give it kind of a more finished look?
Depends on my mood.
Okay.
I have not all the time, but honestly, this was done at just a regular. You can see
Like
I just stuck with
2.0?
white, but I'd probably go with red on the one that I just did. So, I mean, you can't even see it on the edges.
Mhm.
It's just on in the 2 green spots.
And you can get as
But-
creative as you want with your
Yeah.
quilting of it.
You can do fun stitches. And the other thing that I did do is you're not really able to see it at all, but I did quilt. I did a couple of stitches this way. I did 3 stitches on each side, and then I went around here and around the 2 boxes, just to give it some stabilization. So like if it does get washed, it's not going to go and all wonky.
apart.
So that's, yeah. So for this one, I could do the same thing. I might go around the Mary and the Christmas, or Santa's beard or something.
So you
I don't know.
could use a really thin batting, like Quilter's Dream batting is really thin.
Yeah.
You could use that, but like Steph said earlier, we kind of prefer the stabilizer here just because it is so thin and it's not going to make your plate or your glass go wonky.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's just easier.
Oh, now we're back.
There
up.
we go. Now we're back.
Too far.
Are we there? Go.
Is that too far? Good
Too
enough.
far. We'll just stand closer.
Then we'll
Anyway, so there we go. That is how to make placemats. If you have any questions, you can put them down and
If you
we'll
would
try
like
and
a
answer them.
class on that, where you can come in and make those, and I bet
Yeah.
you could probably make 4 of them within that class time frame. You can just drop that in the comment field, and we will
Mhm.
contact you about that. How about that?
Sounds good. Add that to the class list.
Add that
We
to
can
the
do
class
that.
list. We can do
That's
that.
not a problem at all. Those are fun.
Stinking easy and fun. Yes.
Much easier than, and that's the other thing. The bag I would not put in a beginner's class. The one that we just did, I would put that more as sort of like an
intermediate.
intermediate, yeah. And be prepared for it to take a little while. Unless you've made a lot of bags, then some people can figure it out, like Denise.
Maybe Denise, we should have you come teach a class on how to make the bags.
There you go.
All right. So let's move
Anyway.
on. So like we mentioned before, we have our Best of Story County competition we are in. And I think that's the one that I forgot to put the link on for you guys to vote for us. So I will make sure to do that after the show. Get that link on. Voting ends September 21st. Today is the 16th, so we've got five more days. 5 more days. Yep, 5 more days. So get out there. Not only vote for us, but vote for your favorite restaurant, your favorite clothing store. Just, there's a whole bunch of different categories in there. So make sure you go out and vote. Because remember, that lets everybody know, or, like us retailers know, that we're doing a good job. And, so go
Much
ahead
appreciated if you do.
very much so. Go ahead and make your vote out there. We did the more decoupage already.
Yeah, we already did that. So
I put it in there twice because I liked it so much. So now what y'all been waiting for, and what I've been waiting for because I've been staring at these for a while, is our country register.
This is our new one. Of course, we were gone last week, so we didn't get to do anything. So
And
this week,
I don't know if we showed you guys this. Can you go up to our ad in there?
okay,
Yeah. Here, I'll just take that insert.
take that piece. Okay,
Because
we have buddies.
we've got buddies now! Yay! We've got It's So Tempting Quilt Shop right here on this side, and Miss Simply May's Boutique and Cafe. So, Story City is booming. We've got so many things. So, you guys go check out Simply May's. They're awesome. The gals who own it, mother-daughter duo, Candy and Jessie, they're amazing. They crack me up. They're just so much fun. If you think I'm fun, I'm dull and boring compared to them. So, go check them out.
Anyway, so today's recipe.
Steph's like, no.
That's like you're
just annoying.
there. You're gone. Today we did apple oatmeal bars. Actually, I would consider it more oatmeal apple bars because there's so much more oatmeal in here. Honestly, my husband helped me make these. Thank you very much, Dwayne.
Are they like granola bars?
Well,
Are they meant to be like granola?
we actually added extra applesauce
Okay.
because he was stirring, and it was like not going together. So maybe they're meant to be drier than what they are.
Like granola.
Like
where
more
you-
of a granola type of bar. But
But we can't have that here.
but the good news is I was able to find everything at the house.
Oh, good.
So that was one of the reasons why I chose it, because I was trying to make it and still get to Bell Choir. So anyway, you can smell them, and they smell really good.
They do
They
smell
do
good.
smell good.
They smell really good.
So
And here's the beauty part about these guys. You're not going to get confused with these as like, oh, these are chocolate chip cookies, and you take a bite of them, and they're oatmeal raisin cookies, which I love oatmeal raisin cookies.
but there's nothing more disappointing than thinking you're getting a chocolate chip cookie and eating an oatmeal raisin cookie.
Right. So,
If you're prepared for it, then it's fine. So anyway, this is what they are, and I mean they're
they're pretty dense.
they're pretty dense. It's the same all the way through. They
Are
barely
there
got
nuts in here?
There are walnuts in here.
Ooh. I like things with nuts in it. This is a hot debate.
My family hates them.
Brownies with walnuts in it are amazing.
I'm happy either way.
I prefer them with nuts in them, but
So-
I know lots of people don't.
But these are very dense, very dry. They smell
do
good.
smell good. They're not bad.
I think they'd be good with milk.
Definitely need a or hot apple cider.
Yeah.
So this would be a great treat to bring along when you go to the pumpkin patch, and if they let you, and
Yeah.
get some of their hot apple cider, and you can munch on these with the hot cocoa or something like that. These are actually very good. It's very flavorful. I think what I would like to see is if we added some actual apples to it. You know, so you get that kind of a texture of that soft apple in there. Like dried apples, and then when you put
Well,
them
and that
out-
was one of the things we were surprised about. And the fact is, these are more moist than what they were intended to be, because we did a half a cup instead of a quarter cup of applesauce.
That's all they had you put in.
And the thing is, the only other soft thing in there, the only other thing to help bind it, is the butter. And there's only half a cup of butter.
It's a Norwegian dish.
Just because the butter is there. But I mean,
They're actually
there's
really
two,
good.
They're 2.5 cups of rolled oats and a cup of flour. So I mean, they're automatically going to be really dry based on that.
It's almost like the crumble top on top of an apple crisp.
Well, and that's what I told Dwayne. I said it's almost like we're just making the topping, and we don't have anything to go with it. So, but this is, I mean it's
good
very
move
good.
good move on adding the extra applesauce, because I can really taste the apple, and I'm afraid that if you didn't add that extra applesauce, it would
Yeah,
not be there.
that's sort of what I was thinking. So, anyway, and our applesauce, we added the cinnamon, we added all that. Our applesauce did actually have some cinnamon in it too, so there's sort of an extra cinnamon bump in there. So, but I like the recipe, but like I said, it would be great with
It's
some
actually
apple
really
cider.
good.
I would love to have some apple cider with it, or something else to drink, because it's not overly moist at all. But the thing that's interesting is this month we have, I think it's 4 recipes. One of them is apple oatmeal bars, and the other was raspberry oatmeal bars. So it'll be interesting to see how,
The difference between the
yeah,
two.
how they, and they are different. They are different. So, and not just the flavor. So anyway, that's our little
New kind of
food
country
thing for the week.
register.
Yep.
This is really good. You guys, this is actually a really, really good recipe. And raisins. What do you think? Yay or nay?
No.
Do you
I
like
am
raisins?
I am not a big raisin person. I think you could easily put raisins in here, and honestly, I don't even taste the nuts.
No, I would probably put more nuts in it.
Well, as it was, my family was sitting there going, oh, no nuts. So, no more extra nuts. But honestly, I really couldn't tell. It was very nutty. But I think they're good. I think, they're
Mine is
worth making.
non, Steph is not. I like it better than you.
Hot apple cider with rum.
Ooh.
Kurt wants some to be brought home.
Okay, I will bring some home.
Pat says she is a mean spiced walnut coffee cake.
Mm.
Or Kurt said icing.
Yeah, you probably could
You
put a
could
little
put
bit
a
of
little
icing on
icing
there.
on there. That'd be a good thing too.
Actually, the
like
thing
a cream cheese.
Yeah, the cream cheese. I like this
Mhm.
because it is not too sweet.
Yeah.
It's really not that sweet.
It's
I
not
like that.
overly, but yeah.
And it
good
helps you
option.
with your cholesterol because it's oatmeal.
Anyway,
As we discussed earlier, I am a doctor.
yes, we promoted ourselves in our vast knowledge.
We're waiting for the paychecks to roll in.
A doctor of fabricology.
Waiting.
We'll be waiting for a while.
We'll be waiting forever. Okay, what
So-
else do we have? Oh, so that's all we have today, guys.
You may be happy.
So thank you guys for coming back, and we missed you last week. We'll go ahead and put those links up for the Operation Gratitude as well as the Best of Story County. And again, let us know what your favorite snacks are while you're Why do I want to say snowing?
While you're snowing. Don't
While you're
promote that.
snowing. No snow yet. I'm not
Please.
ready for the snow. And anyway, so let us know so that way we can, try some different snacks.
Yeah.
And
Or add this one to your
add this
little
one
list.
to your
This
repertoire.
one is not going to be messy like Cheetos.
And I'm still getting out the other country registers that I promised you gals. Those will be coming shortly to you guys. I apologize for not getting this out to you yet. Monica, if you're on, I have found that pattern, and that will be coming in soon. So if you guys find or need something or want something, you haven't been able to find it,
Let us know.
let us know, and we will hunt it down. We will.
She does the hunting, I do the referring.
Hunt and spear. So, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with the best quilt shop owners in Story City.
We'll see you next week. Same so time, same so place.
Bye, guys.
Bye.